morning, bom dia, meu povo lindo, abençoado, my beautiful and blessed people. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope things are going well. And even if they're not, that's okay. Because it's part of growth, right? I woke up this morning in my thoughts, like we would say. It was almost as I'm doing a retrospective of what already has happened this year. And the ocean was calling me. The ocean always calls me. I love being near water. And it reminds me, looking at the water, at a body of water, it could be an ocean, a river, whatever it is, always reminds me how we're supposed to flow with the things in life. And it's hard. It's hard to give in and detach from things and just flow with the universe. But once you get into the rhythm of that, it feels so good. It feels so free. It's like swimming. You know, when we swim, we're just floating in a body of water. We feel so free. We feel so light. Right? All of our problems, it's like gravity. It tries to pull us down. It does pull us down. And then we forget that we can just flow with the universe and God's plan. And that's what I'm trying to do. And since I've been embracing and doing that in my life, things have gotten so much easier to understand. Situations that in the past I would let make me sad, break me down, where I would feel hurt and betrayed, sometimes rejected. I would be feeling bad for days, sometimes months. And now that feeling only lasts such a short amount of time, because I have come to understand that I'm the one in control of my reality. I'm the one in control of how I feel. And even when I do feel sad, I go within. I go into that feeling and I let myself feel it. And if I have to cry, I let myself cry. So I can just release anything and all that doesn't belong to my temple. So we need to constantly keep clearing our energy and taking care of our body, right? So that this vehicle is able to handle all that life brings onto us. Because being human is not easy, especially when we spend so much time thinking. We're always thinking. Today I brought the Starseed Oracle so I can pull the card for us. And then I also brought my lovely angel book. And as soon as I picked it up, a number came to mind. And I'm gonna read two, but I'm looking over at something right now, and the number 212 is there. So let's start with that one. It's cloudy here today, but it's still so beautiful. Let's see what angel number 212 has to tell us. You know, sometimes, like today was one of the days I didn't know what I was going to talk to you guys about. I was just going to let myself flow with whatever the universe, God wants to share with us this morning. 212, honesty. There is power in truth. Your angels see you building a life, but they call upon you to get honest with yourself about why you are making these choices. Understanding your inner motivations is helpful in living your most blessed life, though it can be uncomfortable to get honest. Spend time in nature today, gently thinking about a part of you that you tend to overlook or get distracted from. I think one part that I really tend to overlook and get distracted from at times is showing self-love. I'm a giver. I love giving, especially love. I love sharing love with all of those around me. And just being in a positive vibration and uplifting people. And people don't always give that back to you for the most part. But when it really hurts is when you don't get that back from the ones close to you. But there's always something to learn from those situations. And then I just remind myself that I was in my truth and being honest and just sharing pure love. And if that can't be reciprocated, it's okay. Because that teaches me strength. That teaches me to never give up despite not getting the same thing back. I believe in love so much, in the power of love, and how love heals and it makes us grow in so many beautiful ways, even when it causes you pain. And for me, I've had a lot of situations in my life where I had to learn through love. I had to learn by giving a whole lot of love and not getting it back. And it's beautiful in its own way. Then the other day that really made me think how God loves us unconditionally. And so many of us deny Him and reject Him. But yet He never gives up on us. He never gives up on that unconditional love that He has for us. And that's what that has taught me. These tears are not tears of sadness. They are tears of joy and liberation. And it's just flowing. I'm just letting myself flow. I'm gonna read 8:18. Oh, it's one of those days. I think I'm gonna be in my feelings today. Bring it on, universe. Teach me all that you have. We have such little time here to learn all of this. 8:18, but we are infinite beings. So, infinity. Life is a never-ending loop. One cycle in your life is ending, but another is beginning. It can feel catastrophic, but it's the natural way of things. Be on the lookout for other numbers coming your way. Your communication is strong right now with your angels. And boy, that is true. My angels have been guiding me in such a beautiful and gentle way. They've been so gentle with me. And I am totally in love with life. Because I have been learning secrets from other realms that, you know, my soul was just ready for it. And it's beautiful how these things come to you little by little as you're ready. God is so gentle with us, and He will never give you something that you can't handle. And even though in that moment it might feel awful and truly like you're dying because it hurts your heart afterwards, because after the storm the sunshine comes, and it's just so beautiful when you look back and you see your strength. It's absolutely amazing. So they're saying to look for other numbers, look for other signs. Just saw the number 5. So we are going to read that one too. I love this book. Growth. The only thing that stays the same is change. As the world around you shifts and moves, it's time to get flexible. Change is inevitable, and your peace comes not from the instability of things outside you, but also from that which is created from your foundation within. Your angels remind you to make inner peace a priority, so that when change comes, you know that you're tethered to something it cannot touch. Meditate today with the visualization of your inner peace, tying you firmly to the universe. Inner peace is absolutely priceless. Don't let people take away your inner peace. We let people affect our peace so much. And it's part of it. But you just can't lose control. And that's when you remind yourself, wait, hold on. I'm the one in control. And at that moment, when you feel like you are losing yourself, close your eyes. Take a deep cleansing breath. Connect with your soul. And remember that you are the one in control of your peace. And you just feel that serenity taking over you. And just picture yourself being surrounded in this tube of white light, or whatever color it is that brings you peace at that moment. And know that you are always safe, and that you don't need to run to anything or anyone or anything outside of you to connect to that peace. Wherever you are, no matter where, you are able to connect to that peace instantly. And that reminds you how powerful you are. Oh, it feels so good. It feels so good to have that type of control over yourself and know that everything you need comes from in here first. The only thing you have control over is yourself. Don't try to control and manipulate people and situations around you. I used to be like that. And all it brought me was frustration and affected my inner peace. I want to pull from one of these oracle cards for us too. Let's see if this message is gonna tie to what we were talking about. It usually does. It usually does. Because the universe is so perfect. And it works perfectly with us when we let it flow. How long is this message already? 17:33. I don't want to make it too long. I don't want to bore you guys, but remember, I'm just flowing. We got Breath of the Cosmos. I want at least 2 cards. Holy angels, God, universe, speak to us. And we got, and I want to see what we got here on the end. Surrender to the sweetness. Venus energy. Pleasure, joy. Make love to life. I'm going to take this one too. It's very windy. And I woke up this morning listening to a video that was the wind of love. So I hope you can feel the wind of love that is surrounding me and that I am sending to you. Open your heart and receive it. The first card I'm going to read is Surrender to the Sweetness. And it's a couple in paradise. I don't know if you guys know, but Venus is the planet of love. And it's a beautiful card. Look at that. This would be my paradise for sure. For sure. Good morning. I want to read it. Such a beautiful card. My neighbors are coming by. People say hello. Don't be afraid to share what's coming from your heart, because it's the truth. Remember, surrender to the sweetness. Venus energy. Pleasure, joy, make love to life. This is a sensual, highly feminine card. It's a call to surrender to the sweetness of life, to let the ever-abundant feminine take over. Feminine energy is love, it's nurture. Remember, we all carry both energies inside of us. To let the ever-abundant feminine take over, to taste the fruits you have been working so hard to grow, to let your senses take over and really drink in your life with wonder, to get intoxicated on the simple bounty that this planet has to offer, in which you have within you when your well is full. The ancient Babylonians connected to the feminine goddess Ishtar, to the planet Venus, and in Roman mythology, Venus was the goddess of love and beauty. In our night sky, aside from the moon, Venus shines the brightest. Time is our most precious resource, and it's the greatest healer. You have been all work and no play. This is a sign to take some time out to connect with your lover, play with your children, and give yourself the luxury of time without an agenda. Many of us are so busy building our lives that we forget to enjoy them. We forget why we decided to build them in the first place. Disconnection from the sweetness causes more pain than we realize. So many of us walk into soulless buildings 5 days a week in the name of survival. We strive to build a life of our dreams, but drive ourselves to exhaustion. This card is oohing you back to the pleasures of being human, to focusing on what really matters and enjoying your incredible life. So ask yourself, how can you surrender to the sweetness of life? What's one way you can enjoy your life a little bit more? Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Breath of the cosmos. My will to thy will. Micromanaging the universe. And I also just mentioned that, right? The only thing you have control is over yourself. Stop trying to control people and the situations around you. Once you take control over yourself and what you want, the universe will flow in the things that are meant for you. And what's not meant for you, no matter how much you want it, it will be taken away in a beautiful way, because God has something better for you. Breath of the cosmos. Let's see. Breath of the cosmos. My will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. When we rely only on our own will, we're micromanaging the universe and resisting the natural flow of life. We're not trusting the mysterious breath of life. We are rejecting the great cosmic intelligence and relying instead of our personal strength. When we do this, we find ourselves attempting to bend things to our will. We spend our time forcing, pushing, and living from a space of trying to. Everyone around us can feel it, and the universe can too. You're being called to stop micromanaging the universe and trust the breath of life, to surrender to the greater will that God has for you, to move from my will to thy will. When you surrender to the greater will of life, you begin dancing with the rest of life. You bow to the great mystery and say, please use me. Please show me the way. Little by little, you find yourself living your most fulfilling, authentic life. When you surrender your personal will, when you relinquish control and release the way you think things should be and surrender to the greater will, you will find being led you begin breathing the breath of life and you just flow. And there's a message here. I'm willing to stop relying on my own strength and personal agenda and instead surrender to the breath of life. Dear God, help me move from my will to thy will. Please lead me. Please show me the way. Beautiful. And then lastly, we have the Great Sovereign, Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. These cards are so beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful cards. Mars, I believe Mars has a lot to do with destruction, fire, growth, the destruction of the old so that you're able to create and receive the new. Remember, what's not meant for you will be taken away so that you can receive what God has for you, the great things that God has planned for you. And sometimes we are the only ones standing in our way. The Great Sovereign. I'm gonna look at what page it's on, right? The Great 72. And that's gonna be the last thing we're gonna read from the Angel Book. Because remember, God, the universe told us today to pay attention to numbers. The Great Sovereign, Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. This is a shadow card. One that may feel confrontational. Don't be afraid. It's here to bring to the surface anything that's standing in the way of letting love in. The wearing planet of Mars is our constant reminder that it's important to soften, forgive, and find our way back to love. There are many things in the human experience that make it difficult for our heart and soul to stay open to the never-ending source of love. We are all wounded, and our unconscious wounds inflict wounds on others. It can feel like a never-ending dance we can never escape. If we aren't careful, before long we'll see that the world as a scary, dangerous place where fear and anxiety roam free. If this card surfaces, it could be for two reasons. Firstly, for you to acknowledge the difficult emotions, situations, conflicts, wounds, and fears that are causing you pain and anxiety. And secondly, for you to find your way back to love. When we are hurt, it's normal to close off our heart to the world, to let the painful experience confirm the agony of separation in earthly life. Soften and find your way back to love anyway. When fear, anxiety, and paranoia paralyze you, it's normal to want to hide away from others and the world. Come out of your cave and soften your heart anyway. We are all innocent children, spinning our way around the world. Find a way to see innocence in all people, especially yourself. How are you cutting yourself off from love? How can you soften towards those who have hurt you? Open up to love. Love is everything. God is love. It is the most powerful thing in the entire universe. And lastly, I'm going to read 72. And we will close off then because we're already at 30 minutes. Time goes by fast when you're having a great time. Time is also an illusion. Quality. Align your life to your soul. You are being asked to align your life in a way that authentically reflects your soul. The desire you have are perhaps simpler than the life you lead. What can you do today to facilitate quality in all your environments, in relationships, rather than quantity? Open up to love. Move from your heart. Go within and take a moment to learn more about yourself and what truly brings you joy, what truly gives you love, and share that with those around you, and share that wherever you go. That was the beautiful message for today. I hope that has enlightened you the way it did for me. I feel so full right now. And the fuller I am, the more I am able to pour this love into you. And I hope that you receive this message with an open heart. Remember that you are a beautiful divine being with an infinite soul, with so many potentials, so many possibilities, and that you can achieve whatever it is that you want as long as you are being moved and fueled by love. And remember that I love you, and God, the universe, loves you so much more.